the challengers. Here's 1/3 of the big sexy beast. Robert Durant, 313 pounds. And now introducing your SPW champion at a weight of 212 pounds from
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ron McLean doing play-by-play commentary with a special guest announcer here, Jaron Rose.
Hey there. How y'all out there in TVville? So we got ourselves one heck of a match here.
That's right. We've got Matt Fairlane, the current SPW heavyweight champion.
And not to mention, he's the heart and soul, and he's really what I would call the conscience of SPW.
That's possibly it, but he's going to be tested tonight against AJ Sanchez. AJ Sanchez looking to take the strap home with himself.
Well, AJ is going to have to really, I don't know. Matt is really, look at him. He is in great shape. He trains daily. His training regimen is insane. He's got to bring it all. And really, if you know AJ Sanchez, like I know AJ Sanchez, he can't bring it all. So that's why he's got those guys around the ring, okay? Because he can't do it by himself. And I don't think that he's going to do it tonight. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what, see?
And there, Matt Fairlane showcasing the power that he possesses, just kind of manhandling AJ Sanchez there.
That was a leverage move, and again, there's Matt going back to what brought him to the game. What gave him that championship is his wrestling ability. And I think he really outmatches AJ. AJ is going to have to do every underhanded thing he can to win, because I don't think he can. Look at this. Nice fireman carry. Beautiful. Well executed. I just think that AJ is outmatched here. And, you know, I will say, you know, I've known AJ for a long time, and he's been at the top of the cards across Canada. No matter where he goes, he is, you know, our problems aside, he's at the top of the card. But he's never, ever had the big one. You see? Just like when he thought he had something there, Matt just digs down deep and takes it away. And AJ's never been able to grab that brass ring.
That's right. He has had a difficult time grasping gold. But like you said, he's got two other men there, and it looks like Matt Fairlane may have to contend with not just one of the big sexy beasts, but all three of the big sexy beasts.
You know, and that's the thing. I was just doing that earlier tonight, and Matt is going to have to be really, really careful here. He's going to have to use all his professional wrestling ability to hold on to it. But you know what? I'm going to, right here, I'm calling it, okay? I'm betting that if it sticks to a wrestling match, it's going to go Fairlane's way. If it becomes a big brawl, it could go Sanchez's way.
That's true, and now Matt Fairlane controlling AJ Sanchez with a side headlock, grinding the ears of AJ Sanchez. And AJ Sanchez with a bit of offense of his own shoots Matt Fairlane to the ropes. And just as we talked about, there's Kevy Chevy tripping Matt Fairlane up off the ropes.
You see, he needed the help. He can't get it done by himself. He's not really a man's kind of man. He's more like a big little boy is all I can say. And I can say this because I've been in the ring with that. And I've walked out with my hand raised in victory.
That is true, that is true. And Matt Fairlane now suffering at the hands of AJ Sanchez here. AJ Sanchez with a big chop across Matt Fairlane's chest. Irish whip to the far corner. AJ Sanchez looks like he's coming in with a full head of steam, but he stops himself, and Matt Fairlane with an arm drag takedown.
And right back to the wrestling.
That's true, that's true. Irish whip to the ropes. AJ Sanchez caught Matt Fairlane trying to duck under there. Big boot to the head by AJ Sanchez, and like you said, it regresses into a brawling match here.
You know, because AJ's wrestling abilities, they're kind of subpar in order to be a champion. You know, he's not a bad wrestler. He's a good tag team partner, a good second guy, but to get it all by himself, I don't see it happening. I just don't think he's got enough skills. And when you're talking about Matt Fairlane, you're talking about a guy who lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes this business.
A big boot across Matt Fairlane's chest, and now Matt Fairlane out to the outside where the two other big sexy beasts are.
This could be bad. Ref has got to turn it around. He's got to look at what they're doing to him. Oh my, I can't believe
now
this.
Now we have Kevy Chevy and JJ Sanchez double teaming Matt Fairlane and just throwing him back into the ring for AJ to continue where they left off.
Where did this ref learn how to ref? The worst ref ever.
Matt Fairlane kicks out after two after that big elbow drop by AJ Sanchez. And AJ Sanchez firmly in control of this match.
Yeah, he's only in control because he's got those two partners of his outside the ring. And Matt's going to need some help, you know. I don't know how much longer I can stay here and watch this.
But Matt Fairlane is fighting back there with a big boot to the head and then a big elbow.
Oh!
And AJ Sanchez utilizing that girth of his with a big power slam on Matt Fairlane. And Matt Fairlane looks definitely the worse for wear after that move.
That was not good. That's not good. And Matt looks like he is in some trouble here. I'm a little bit worried here because that's a big two and good way to go, way to go. That's a big man to be taking a power slam from off the top ropes. Did you see that?
And how he followed up that big power slam was each time Matt Fairlane would kick out, he would choke him. Matt Fairlane with a big sunset
Here
flip.
he goes. He's going to take him.
Can he get him over?
Look at this. You see, this is what I'm talking. Finally, the ref does something.
1, 2. It's only a 2 count. But I think that the cheap tag team maneuvers there used by Kevy Chevy and AJ Sanchez are what helped AJ get out of that pin.
It took their toll, and this isn't looking good on Matt. But this is not a one-on-one match. This is a 3-on-1. And this is absolutely wrong.
It looks like AJ Sanchez is going up to the top rope, or at the very least the second rope, but he's taking his time.
Oh!
And there we go, the springboard moonsault off the second rope. Matt Fairlane gets out of the way.
I think he's got the opening here. This could be what he was waiting for.
Sanchez kissed the mat. Can Matt Fairlane capitalize on that mistake? A big forearm to the head and another one. Matt Fairlane is fired up. Sends
Here
AJ
we
to
go.
Matt. A big drop kick by Matt Fairlane. It looks like we're going to see his pump handle suplex. And there he is powering over AJ Sanchez with a pump handle suplex, but he only gets a 2 count on that one.
I think he's lucky, and as you see, look at that, going back to the basics of professionally wrestling. I have nothing but utmost respect for our champ.
And AJ Sanchez showcasing some of his wrestling ability with that beautifully executed Northern Lights suplex.
It wasn't bad. I'll give him that. That wasn't a bad suplex.
It was a solid bridge, and considering a man of his size, that was impressive.
You know, I'll hand it to him. You know, he's a big dude, but he can move. He's an agile guy, and he got caught here.
And now he's going for the ride.
In trouble. Oh.
AJ Sanchez, big slam to the mat by Matt Fairlane.
Here
Matt
it goes.
Fairlane
Here
going
it
up to
goes.
the top rope.
It's going to pick up right here.
What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
It does not look good for AJ, and
Matt Fairlane with a big splash off the top rope, but only gets a 2 count.
Unbelievable. He got out?
It looks like he did, yes.
I do not believe this.
Here we go. Matt Fairlane going up to the top rope.
I would not suggest this. This is dangerous. Hey, watch out.
What do we got here?
You see, I told you. You see, someone's got to get this out of here.
The teamwork of the big sexy beast is working against Matt Fairlane. And
it's a 3-on-1. This is a mugging. This isn't a match.
And here we've got both competitors on the ropes.
This is what is going on here. Is this a follow-away? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Who got hurt worse there?
Matt Fairlane looks like he smashed his head on the mat.
Oh my! Is there a doctor in the house? Because we're gonna. Good save.
Matt Fairlane puts his foot on the rope to
Look
get
at
out
those
of that.
veteran instincts getting to the rope. The man is a pro.
But is
every
that
time he's in there, it's a clinic. Whoa! And down.
And there
this
we
is
go.
It.
With the Fairlane Widowmaker for the 3 count. Matt Fairlane retains the SPW Heavyweight Championship title after landing the Fairlane Widowmaker on AJ Sanchez.
Did you see how he won? Our professional wrestling champion wrestled for the victory and managed to pull one out against 3 men. Way to go. Nothing but props for that man. I'm proud to call him our champ.
That is true, that is true. He is definitely a fan favorite, and just as much so, he's a favorite amongst his peers in the wrestling business. Matt Fairlane took on AJ Sanchez of the Big Sexy Beast and successfully defended his SPW heavyweight title.
Yes, this is Jonathan Stars, and I'm